Why hello random people of the internet and welcome to my video. So I asked a load of you on TikTok if you had any questions so I could do like a little Q&A Twilight themed. Now before we start I just want to put a disclaimer out there. Quite a few people have asked me like what was it like on set, how does it feel to be Bella and all that. And I don't think they quite realise that I'm not actually Kristen Stewart. So I just want to reiterate before we get into these questions that I am not Kristen Stewart. I was never in Twilight. I was 10 when Twilight came out, so I think that would have been a bit weird. So yeah, just want to clear that up before we get into the questions. I'm just a big fan of Twilight. So without further ado, let's get on with these questions. So, the big question. I'm going to start off with the big question because I have to. Team Edward or Team Jacob? See, I might ruffle a few feathers with this one, but I am Team Edward. Always have, always will be. I found that some of Jacob's actions were a bit questionable and quite selfish, especially in Eclipse. Not really cutting it for me. Have I ordered Midnight Sun? No, I haven't ordered Midnight Sun. Mostly because I don't really read that often these days, and I'm just not really sure if it's going to add too much to the story, since it is Twilight from Edward's point of view. But if I hear really good reviews about it, I'm going to order it and I'll read it, and of course I'll be keeping up on any extra information that comes out regardless. But no, I have not. Also, a lot of people have been asking, will it be made into a film? And personally, I don't really see that it can be made into a film, since Twilight is already a film. Yeah, I just really can't see it being made into a film when Twilight is already a film. So, no, personally I don't see that there's going to be any other films regarding that. Although, I would love to see a film about the Volturi's origin and all that. I think that would be really cool to focus on other vampires and hear their origin stories. I think that would be... Talking about the books, how many times have I read them? Honestly, I think I just read them once through. I've watched the films countless times, but the books not so much. I mean, like I said, I don't really read too often. But yeah, the books were a good read. I haven't read them in years though. Have I ever met or interacted with anyone from the films? No. Short answer, no. Literally no contact with anyone, and that is totally fine because I'm just a fan. Although I will say, my mum has met Michael Sheen, and I would love to meet Michael Sheen. Okay, my opinion on Jake and Renesmee's relationship. Oh god. This is an interesting one. So, when I read the books, I saw no problem with it. Because I myself was 12, so I didn't completely understand why it was a problem. But definitely looking back on it now, he's catching a case. It's still a bit icky. Would I be a vampire or a werewolf, given the choice? I think I'm gonna have to go with vampire. I mean, the abilities and everything of the wolves, really cool, but I feel like the vampires kind of one-up them a bit, and I've always really liked vampires, so yeah. I've had a lot of people ask me, you know, if they were ever going to do a remake, or me to do flashbacks or something, would I ever audition to become Bella in whatever variation of any of these films? I'd be up for it, I would. I think the only thing that worries me a bit is being able to do the accent. As you can tell, I don't really have an American accent. But I guess that's nothing that a dialect coach wouldn't be out of the realms of helping with. Now, in relation to that question, someone has asked me if I can try and do an American accent and do a line from the films. I guess I shall oblige. I'm gonna choose the whole "I know what you are" line, okay? Let's try and get in the zone, okay? You're impossibly fast and strong. Your skin is pale white and ice cold. Your eyes change colour. And sometimes you speak like you're from a different time. You never eat or drink so. How old? How long have you been 17? I know what you are. I'm sorry, that was really bad. That was really bad. Okay. Do I think people only follow me because I resemble Bella? I think a lot of people do, yeah. Whether that be the thing that drew them to me or what they stick around for, I don't know. But I think the majority of my following is because of that. It's not to say it's a bad thing, but it does lead to a lot of people only expecting Bella from me, so I don't know. Pros and cons, eh? I don't know. Okay, this one I thought I'd get a lot more questions about, throughout my course as a cosplayer. But what does the DWT stand for in my username? So when I was making my cosplay account, I was just trying to find a different outlet away from my normal posts. So I was like, right, let's come up with a cool username. I was like, brainstorming, what can I choose? And I'm like, you know what, Meg? You do quite weird things, don't you? And I was like, Meg does weird things. Meg does weird things. That's pretty much what it stands for. Nothing too interesting, really. Yeah, might be a bit disappointing. Also, I kind of like that in Wales, I'm from, dut is little dut. So I'm a little Meg. So on TikTok I do a lot of Bella videos. Not all the time, but I do a lot of Bella videos, and I got asked what my favourite one is. One that really stands out to me, mostly because I think I did the lip syncing really well, is the one where I'm recreating the scene where Bella's talking to Alice and Jasper about the ballet studio. I don't know, I just really like how that came out. I'll show it to you now.
Okay, so the course that the tracker's on now is going to lead him to a ballet studio?
You've been here?
I took lessons as a kid. The school I went to had an arch just like that.
Was your school here in Phoenix?
Yeah.
If I were a vampire, would I be a vegetarian? I'd like to say yes. I'd like to say that I'd give it my best to, not kill people. So I think my answer is that I'd try. Also relating to me being a vampire, what would my powers be? Now, if being a vampire isn't cool enough, having powers is just, so much better. You know, I don't really know. I can't really think up one, an original one. But I think it would be really cool to have powers like Rami's character did, like the elemental powers. When did I realise that I looked like Bella? So personally, I don't really see it that much myself. I see it a lot more in makeup and like maybe if I pull the face, but I really don't see how people could like really mistake me for Kristen. That part I really don't get. I guess I realised that I bore a resemblance to her when people started saying, "Oh my god, you look like Kristen Stewart," blah blah blah. I got those comments, I think when Eclipse was coming out, maybe even New Moon. So it's been a long time, I guess. But it's a compliment. Kristen's a pretty lady. And last but not least, am I annoyed about all the attention, or if people mistake me for Bella? In a sense, yes, but for the majority, no. I've met like so many people through this whole resemblance and doing things on TikTok. And like I said before, it's a compliment. I find it flattering that people would think that I resemble Kristen. I guess the only time that it annoys me or weirds me out a bit is if it's not on a Bella related video or a Twilight related video. It can be a bit annoying, especially if it's like an OC cosplay or just a different cosplay that I'm doing and I put time and effort into it. Then it can be annoying for people to just talk about Twilight when it's not even relevant to that video. But I do understand that I can't really control that, because once someone sees you as someone, it's really hard for them to not see it. And I guess that is a bit restricting for me. But like I said, I can't really control that. I guess another thing would be when I'm on live stream or just talking to people and they'll call me Bella or call me Kristen, and it's just like, well, no, you're actually talking to me right now. Like, please don't refer to me as anything other than Meg, because it weirds me out a bit and I don't really know how to feel about it. Because, like, fair enough if we're like role playing or whatever, but please, if you're just talking to me, I want you to talk to me as Meg, not as a character. Yeah. But truly, the majority of people they're just so kind and lovely, and I can't complain. I'll also add on to the end, because I know quite a few people have asked me, like, do I get mistaken for Kristen in the middle of the street or whatever? And no, I really don't. The only time people say it in real life is either we've been talking for a while and then they suddenly realise throughout the conversation, or on nights out. Drunk people, like the majority of people who ask me in real life, they're usually drunk. And it's not really asking whether I am, they're like, "Oh my god, you look like Kristen." So no, I've never been mistaken for her, never been asked for a picture, like that just doesn't happen. Well, I think that is it. Those are all the questions that I've been able to answer right now. I'm really sorry if I didn't get around to answering your question, but there are a lot, and there's only so much I can answer in one setting, I'm afraid. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I try my best. I hope to see you soon with a new video. I don't know when it will be, but hopefully soon. See ya.